have in a beautiful hotel, so the men who just brought the jacket, you can use it. Don't put a tie, this is not the gala dinner. So ladies are going to wear a nice blouse and that will be it. Pisco sour you too. Okay, which is pisco sour here on the left? Yes, on the left.
Good morning. Welcome today.
I'm lost.
Right.
Between two roses.
Good morning. The next time
John Paul II, yes, on its only visit to Chile in 19... We went almost to a war against Argentina because of 3 little islands in the Beagle Channel. So it's way down south in the southernmost part of both countries. So the very first stop will be at the main square. And that's where you'll be able to see still today some of the remains of that building entry in the big mountain. The point is they bring all these fresh. Very good question over here. But talking about primary and secondary or high school, we have if you send your kids to public schools, that's for free.
This end of the square is just open, and there's no construction.
Hola, besos desde Chile.
Right through them to here. Now, if you turn around, you can see some acres around it, kind of like that. And it goes through really low on fresh fruit. Really good. Because the controversial problem that we have is stray dogs. We have so many stray dogs. Now, answer it in Spanish. How many times have you been counted in Spanish before?
Lots.
Lots?
It is eins, zwei, drei, right?
Uno, dos, tres.
Pinoche's idea also to start this regionalization process, which consists of dividing up the country into regions that are not as autonomous.
First, and then we'll gather everyone in the center of the square.
Nadia, this time you can just kick her in the rear. That'll get her up there.
Around the square over here, so you have fireworks are shot at New Year's. So New Year's Eve, you have concerts and and party pretty much all night long in town. To the right, look at those nice uniforms, guys. Now the main entrance is not this one. Does not face the main street, but it's on the other side. Now it occupies a whole block, and sometimes during there were classified files, and that were hidden away from the public and the media for a long time. And when they were finally revealed to the public in the early 90s, this is quite recent, this is when we came back to democracy after 17 years of dictatorship. Then we knew, we got to know that the United States government, Nixon's government, financed the coup, the military coup led by Pinochet. What was Pinochet's main goal?
Can I come along?
Oh, well,
Or maybe
we'll stop and pick you up later.
What kind of wine? Red or okay, that's good.
Here in Chile, we get the best Cabernet Sauvignon from Maipo Alto Valley. Actually, it's the valley where we are now, okay? So why we get the best Cabernet here? Because of the weather. Here, during summer, okay? And what is this?
Cabernet Sauvignon.
in the raw.
And yes, in the raw. I know it. They look like blueberries. It's really nice.
That's better.
Yes. You see, as you can notice, here the temperature is like colder than outside. Is it? Yeah. It's because of the construction of this place. Can you see the walls? They are so thick, like 1 meter thick. And what is the material they use? Egg white. Egg white. Yes. So, inside of these tanks, we have the fermentation, maceration, and the aging process. Okay? So, for fermentation, we have to heat the wine inside to raise the temperature. So tell me, how could we do it in these tanks? Okay. Okay. So can you see this little? We have the winery right there, right? The vineyard. Okay. So imagine that before used to have the bottom, of course. Yeah. So imagine that you have to put like 30 kilos of grapes in this basket and then bring it in your back, all the way from the vineyard to this place. Yeah, it was so tired, right? So what the family built was a train. Okay, so the train used to come directly from the vineyards to the cellar. And why a train? And how? Why? Because they used to have this experience in the mining. In the south of Chile, they used to have Lotma mine in the south, which was the coal mine. Okay, so they actually built a whole town around this mine, and that is the deepest coal mine in the world. It actually goes under the sea. Yeah, it's very interesting. So they designed this train, this winery, to bring all the grapes from the vineyard to the cellar. And actually, you can move it. Look. So you can change the direction of the train, right? And as you can see there, we have a bridge over there, right? Connecting two tanks. Yeah. In the tank. Yeah. Why? Because it looks it's possible. And here's where it starts the process of wine. Okay, this whole this machine is going to separate the grapes from the stick, and it's going to separate every grape, okay, inside. Actually, we can, if you can get closer, we can open it. Okay, so can you see this? Supposedly through these holes, the grapes are going to get out, and they are going to go in this direction, and the stick and all the sediments are going in this direction. The combination of the juice of the seeds and the skin is going to fill. The white grapes also go with the skin. No, with the so this balloon is going to start to fill up with air, and it's going to start to smash the grapes against the walls, and the juice is going to squeeze out, but the skin and the seeds is going to stay inside. Okay. As you can see, you can get closer up to any of these tanks, and you will see inside that there's a pipe. Inside of this pipe called serpentino, hot water is going to be flowing. It doesn't have contact with the wine, okay? It's just to heat the wine inside, and fermentation is going to start. So the yeast is going to get active, and it's going to start to eat the sugar and transform it into alcohol, okay? After that, we need to make the maceration process. Maceration has to be very cold, like in 10 Celsius degrees. So through the same serpentino, the same pipe, cold water is going to start to flow, so it's going to cool the wine inside. And what is important thing about the maceration, because from the maceration we get the flavor, the color, and the tannins from the sediments of the wine. So when you put everything inside of it, we have the sediments there in the top, and it's going to make something called the hat. Okay, so the sediments are going to they just here produce the premium wine. So the whole process is premium. So how do they do it? They open one of the tops, and they are going to fill up one of those baskets there with wine. Then the machine is going to come here. It's going to lift it up the basket, and it's going to pour it again in the top. Okay? They have to do it 3 times in a day for 3 weeks with each of these tanks. So it's a very, very premium process. In another wineries, they will connect a hose here with a hose here, and through a motor, they are going to start to move the wine. Okay? In other wineries, they don't have a lot of money, so they are going to open the tank in the top, and with a long stick, they are going to move it. Okay? So after these 2 processes, fermentation and maceration,
We are going to have the wine ready after 2 months. 10. We have until the 2014 to drink it. Okay? Because if you store this wine, then it's going to be bad. If you open it like 5 or 6 years later, you're gonna have a very nice vinegar, not wine. Okay? That is only in the case of the young wines. And how can you recognize them? Because they are not going to say reserve, great reserve, or premium. How much does it cost? Just one. Yeah, that's a lot of money.
Because you got shipping on top of it.
Yeah.
Well, it's shipping is not.
Yeah. But tell me, give me a number. Sorry?
$1,000.
$1,000, that's right. $1,000, just one French oak barrel.
How big is that barrel?
We're gonna see them.
Okay.
Yeah, we're gonna see them.
Can be reused though?
Yes, they can be reused 8 times. Yeah, but here in Chile, if you try the beef empanada, it's going to have pieces of meat. Okay, so it's very, very good, actually. So if you order or if you eat a cheese empanada, it's going to be fried, deep fried, and it can be cheese or cheese and ham, cheese and mushroom, cheese and shrimps, or cheese and everything. It was before the bottling room. Okay, so this whole process is starting right here. This is now the whole machine, the ones that used to prepare. Can you see the signs here? These were all the ports that they used to send the wine. Okay, so as you can see there, we have Caracas, Venezuela, we have Ecuador, Quito, we have Cuba as well, Bogota, Chicago. Okay, so all these sending bottles. Yeah. Yeah, this is the size of the bottle.
Yeah.
Yeah, and then
Subterraneans, huh?
The last one is cheap.
yeah, and yeah. So okay, so here we have Gris, the Gris wine, right? This is a rosé, but made from Cabernet Sauvignon grapes. Okay. Sorry?
That has no color.
No. And do you know why, or can you imagine why? Peach color. Yeah, it's not pink, right? It's a kind of rosé. And after, with this skin, they're going to leave it in the vineyard for 1 year. So these bottles, actually the oldest is from the 1932. Okay? And if you can read in the labels, it is going to say Antiguas Reservas wine. And here you can see and touch the barrels. Yes. And that's why it has this like February, we are just starting with the harvesting process. So there was not much wine in the tanks.
This is absurd reading about the discovery, and I thought that money was paid out to 15,000. But you know it used to be good because they...
That is possibly true. I don't remember reading it.
Like a level.
It was 12.
Wait till I tell my friends I met Dorothy from Kansas. Before I tell you, they're not going to believe it.
But remember, the sunset.
This is going to be great. I was going to work with a crew and working with one of the oceanographic groups out of Woods Hole. But then the federal government did a typhoon like they're doing right now. The budget went away, and the nice thing is they called, they wrote me a letter, said, I'm sorry, we said they were going to hire you to be
They make them all back, which is even better.
Whatever it is, it's tender.
This is delicious. What do you
Different angles,
Oh, in Denali?
One bed.
Well, he was eating out of a garbage can on the side of the road.
Really?
Oh, now we saw a few more.
No, we take what we have up the room if we want to go back out. It'll be a little dark because the window light's behind me, but and actually I get all of you in at one time.
Thank you.
Right away, but would not have expected that kind of. I know I got some close-ups before, but now that we have custody of them.
It's wonderful to be a young grandmother. I was an office administrator and a counseling service.
I saw a psychiatrist every week.
All hearts burn. A love that cannot leave, yet never die.
Kind of like New Orleans jazz, isn't it?
Until you face each dawn with
I'm recording music.
Oh, okay.
It's too dark over there.
you don't know what.
I guess that's a good thing.
It is a good thing. Good morning.
So early in the morning.
Yes, it is. Fernando? Jen? Had to try to get one last hug. We can get on the back. Well, no, the back door's not open. Not
Buenos días, les habla Daniel Carrasco, jefe del servicio a bordo. En nombre de la línea de tripulación les damos la más cordial bienvenida a bordo. Saludamos muy especialmente a nuestros pasajeros capaz, Sam, Trinidad, Chilean, World.
Salidas de emergencia. Cada puerta tiene un tobogán que puede ser